U.S. EV sales are growing while demand for gas cars is collapsing. The automotive industry of the United States is undergoing a profound transformation as electric vehicle (EV) sales experience rapid growth while demand for traditional gasoline-powered cars continues to decline. In 2023, EVs accounted for approximately 7.2% of all new car sales in the U.S., a significant increase from just 1.4% in 2017 ***. This shift reflects a broader trend towards sustainability and technological innovation, driven by a combination of consumer preferences, regulatory changes, and advancements in vehicle technology. As more Americans seek cleaner and more efficient transportation options, the market for EVs is expanding, supported by government incentives and an evolving infrastructure that addresses previous concerns. Meanwhile, the declining appeal of gasoline cars underscores a growing commitment to reducing carbon emissions and embracing a more environmentally friendly future. Sales of gasoline-powered vehicles fell by nearly 16% in 2023 compared to the previous year, highlighting this ongoing shift. Number 5. Government incentives. Federal and state incentives for electric vehicle (EV) purchases, such as tax credits and rebates, significantly enhance the financial attractiveness of EVs, making them more appealing to consumers. The U.S. federal government offers substantial tax credits for new electric vehicles, allowing buyers to reduce their federal income tax by up to $7,500. In 2023, approximately 80% of EV buyers in the U.S. benefited from these federal tax credits. This substantial reduction in the upfront cost of the vehicle helps bridge the price gap between EVs and traditional gasoline-powered cars, making EVs more affordable for a broader range of buyers. In addition to federal incentives, many states and local governments provide their own rebates and financial incentives. These can include direct cash rebates, reductions in registration fees, or exemptions from sales tax, further decreasing the effective purchase price of EVs. States like California and New York offer significant incentives that can make a notable difference in the total cost of purchasing an electric vehicle. Beyond the direct financial savings, EV owners often benefit from additional perks offered by state and local programs. These benefits might include access to carpool lanes, discounted or free parking, and reduced tolls, adding further value to owning an EV. For example, in California, nearly 20% of EV owners report taking advantage of carpool lane access as a key benefit. As governments continue to prioritize clean energy and sustainable transportation, they frequently update and expand these incentive programs, reflecting their commitment to reducing greenhouse gas emissions and supporting environmental goals. Number 4. Improved technology. Advances in battery technology have significantly enhanced the practicality of electric vehicles (EVs) for everyday use by extending their driving range and reducing charging times. Historically, one of the primary limitations of EVs was their relatively short range compared to gasoline-powered vehicles, coupled with longer charging durations that made them less convenient for long-distance travel. However, recent innovations in battery technology have addressed these challenges, making EVs a more viable option for a broader range of consumers. The average range of new EVs sold in 2023 exceeded 250 miles per charge, with several models offering over 300 miles of range. Overall, these advancements in battery technology are making electric vehicles more practical and attractive for everyday use. The combination of increased range and faster charging times addresses two of the most significant barriers to EV adoption, offering a compelling solution for consumers seeking efficient and environmentally friendly transportation options. Number 3. Environmental concerns. Growing awareness of environmental issues and the need to reduce carbon footprints are influencing consumers to choose cleaner solutions like electric cars. Climate change and environmental degradation are becoming more serious global issues. Therefore, more individuals are becoming aware of their environmental influence. A 2023 survey found that 67% of American consumers considered environmental impact a significant factor in their vehicle purchase decision, up from 45% in 2018. Several factors have boosted knowledge, Scientific publications on greenhouse gas emissions, extreme weather events, and widespread media coverage of environmental issues are examples. Consumers are becoming more aware of transportation's carbon dioxide emissions. Gasoline-powered cars generate a lot of CO2 and other pollutants. In 2023, the transportation sector was responsible for about 29% of total U.S. greenhouse gas emissions, with gasoline vehicles being a major contributor. These emissions cause global warming and air pollution. This leads many people to seek solutions to reduce their carbon footprints and environmental effect. Electric cars are appealing because they emit no pollution. By choosing electric vehicles, consumers may reduce transportation industry emissions, matching their choices with their environmental ideals. Number 2, expanding charging infrastructure. The expansion of public and private charging networks is crucial in addressing one of the primary concerns associated with electric vehicle (EV) ownership: range anxiety, or the fear of running out of battery power before reaching a charging station. Historically, one of the major barriers to widespread EV adoption has been the limited availability and accessibility of charging infrastructure. By 2023, the U.S. had over 130,000 public charging ports, up from just 60,000 in 2020. This issue has been particularly pronounced in rural or less densely populated areas, where charging stations have been sparse compared to urban centers. However, significant investments and efforts are now underway to build out both public and private charging networks, which are substantially alleviating this concern. Public charging networks, operated by companies such as ChargePoint, EVgo, and Ionity, are rapidly expanding across highways, urban areas, and commercial locations. These networks aim to provide fast charging stations that can quickly replenish an EV's battery, often within 30 minutes or less, making long-distance travel more feasible. Additionally, the installation of ultra-fast chargers, which can deliver significantly higher power, is further reducing charging times and improving the overall convenience for EV owners. Private charging infrastructure, including home and workplace charging solutions, is also growing. As of 2023, around 80% of EV owners in the U.S. had access to home charging stations. Many EV owners are installing home charging stations, which allow them to conveniently charge their vehicles overnight, much like they would charge a smartphone. Workplace charging stations provide another layer of convenience, enabling employees to charge their vehicles during work hours. These private solutions help mitigate the need for frequent public charging and ensure that EV owners have access to charging facilities in their daily routines. Number 1, rising gas prices. Electric vehicles, EVs, may become more appealing as a cost-saving option as a result of the aforementioned considerations. This is due to the fact that variations and increases in the price of gasoline have a direct impact on the cost of operating vehicles that are powered by gasoline. In 2023, U.S. gasoline prices averaged around $4 per gallon, significantly higher than previous years, making EVs more attractive by comparison. In the event that the price of gasoline continues to rise, motorists will be required to spend a higher amount of money at the gas station. This can lead to a significant increase in the overall cost of driving for individual motorists. In contrast, electric vehicles are powered by electricity, which, in comparison to gasoline, typically has a cheaper cost per mile. On average, EV owners in 2023 paid the equivalent of about $1.20 per gallon for electricity. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to stay updated with the latest in automotive trends and technologies.
before they hit the market. The sector has attracted dozens of new players over the years trying to cash in on the boom. One of them is Xiaomi, a tech giant best known for its consumer gadgets.
This is the Xiaomi car. If you place an order today, you have to wait about 6 or 7 months to get this car. And this is probably one of the hottest cars at this auto show. Many people are lining up for 30 minutes or more just to get into this booth to try out this car.
The company already has around 70,000 orders in China and says its highly automated plant is able to build a car every 76 seconds. Xiaomi CEO wants to eventually ship its cars around the world.
If anyone wants to start a conventional car company, they need to have hundreds of thousands of components to come together. Whereas EVs, the entry barrier is significantly lower. Components are fewer, components are pre-packaged, and therefore, if you and me decide to start an EV company, it is relatively easy. It is possible.
American automakers may also face competition from established companies like BYD, known for mass-producing affordable cars. It wants to build a factory in Mexico, which could help it circumvent the hefty tariffs that the US has on Chinese vehicles. BYD's cheapest EV model, the Seagull, is sold at around $10,000 in China. Under the new US tariff, a buyer in America would end up paying at least double that amount for the same car. China, which firmly opposes the new tariffs, is already the world's biggest auto exporter, but gasoline cars still make up a big part of the export. The US is concerned that the exports will soon include more EVs.
You look at American automotive history. Earlier, they had the GM, Ford, Chrysler 3. Then Japanese went there. Now it's the third wave. Now it's Chinese knocking on their doors, and there is nothing you can do. Once you say that you are open market, you want to promote global marketplace, etc., there is nothing you can do to stop them.
US automakers pioneered electric vehicles and the technology that drives them. But now, they're playing catch-up in a race to the top with China.
The auto industry is undergoing a major shift towards electric vehicles.
Major indeed. The Biden administration is projecting that 2/3 of all vehicles in these United States will be electric by 2032. In addition, several major car companies, among them General Motors, have said they will stop making gas-powered engines, the traditional kind, by 2035, right around the corner. While the moves are designed to aid the environment, they could also have a negative effect on another industry. Most at risk are the mechanics who make a living repairing traditional cars and trucks.
To discuss this, we're going to bring in CBS News climate reporter Kara Cordy. Kara, I mean, one of the advantages, there's many advantages, certainly in terms of climate change, that electric vehicles have is that they need fewer repairs. Can you tell us why that is?
Yes, Lilia, fewer repairs because of fewer parts. A traditional car that's known as an internal combustion engine has somewhere around 33,000 moving parts, while an EV, which is a very different kind of machine on the inside at least, has only 13,000 parts. So that means that there's fewer things to repair. Think about that label, internal combustion engine. You're not going to have that anymore. When folks go into an electric vehicle for the first time, a lot of times the first thing they notice is that there's no noise. Well, there's no engine being pumped into a transmission with pistons and spark plugs. And so all of those things are going to go away if you own an electric vehicle. There's not going to be any oil to change. There aren't going to be oil filters or a cooling system to keep that internal combustion engine cool otherwise. What that means, and this is often a selling point for electric vehicles, is that EV owners are going to save money every year on maintenance. According to AAA, an internal combustion engine is going to cost an owner about $949 a year to maintain, while an electric vehicle owner is going to save about $330. So it's a major selling point for EVs. As you said, Lilia, not only does it help the planet, but it can cost less in maintenance and repairs.
All right, but Kara, that savings for the owner of an electric vehicle means it's not salary being paid to people making auto parts. I don't know much about the auto industry. Mostly I learned it from Tommy Boy, but I do know they have to sell stuff to people. And if they're not selling as much, it can be really bad. I mean, all joking aside, what does this mean for the parts industry, which is a big part of the economy?
Yes, the industry is changing, and what that means is for shops like an AutoZone or an O'Reilly's, those shops may not exist anymore. They may have a lot of trouble because there aren't going to be these same parts to sell and repair. I spoke to an independent shop owner in California. California is, of course, the epicenter of the electric vehicle industry in California. 2 out of every 5 electric vehicles sold in the U.S. are driving around in California. And he pointed out that since 2014, licensed independent auto shops in California have decreased by 1,000 every single year. And he accounts some of that to the rise of electric vehicles. Now, there is an upside. It just brings in changes, which is that, again, these cars are very different on the inside. A bunch of folks told me that these electric vehicles are more like repairing your iPhone or a computer than it is a traditional car. But what that means, I spoke to the Dean of Transportation at the largest community college in North Carolina, and he said that the students that are most interested in learning how to fix electric vehicles are younger students. So, a lot of older folks in the industry I talk to are slightly disgruntled or lackadaisical about the future of electric vehicles, but experts do say that younger people are coming into the industry.
All right, same trend with AI. Kara Cordy, thank you so much.